Every year, 15,000 people are diagnosed with a life-threatening blood disease that requires them to need a bone marrow or blood stem cell transplant. According to Health Resources and Services Administration website, bone marrow and cord blood donation transplantations which was published in 2011. Bone marrow transplants are very complicated with finding matches. Many patients die without ever finding a match. This is my mom. 3 years ago, she passed away from leukemia, from a short and horrid case of leukemia. She died from leukemia the same day she was diagnosed with it, not giving her enough time for enough treatment or options. Because of her, I was inspired to join the Be the Match registry and sign up to be a bone marrow donor when I turned 18. It was something I did without second thought. If I couldn't save her life, I was going to try and save someone else's. Now, I'm sure some of you think that maybe blood stem cell donation is the same thing as donating blood at a blood drive, but it's not. Bergstrom explains in his article, One Chance in a Million, Altruism and the Bone Marrow Registry, that for two randomly chosen white males to match blood stem cell types, it is a 1 in 10,000 chance. For African Americans to match, it is a 1 in 100,000 chance. The American Economic Review published this article in 2009. With these odds in mind, it's easy to understand how hard it is for patients to find matches. Although this may sound like a dead-end road, it's not. I'm a member of the Be the Match registry, where millions of other potential donors are waiting for that special call to hear that they could be a potential match to someone else. Even though there are millions of people in the registry, millions more are needed to ensure that more lives can be saved. Today I'm going to inform you about donating bone marrow. First I'm going to talk about why it's important to donate, and then I'm going to introduce to you the Be the Match registry and talk about the steps of donating. Let's first go over why it is important to donate. Maybe some of you are confused as to what blood stem cells are. Saunders explains in his article in Science News that 55% of the body's blood is made up of plasma. The plasma is the blood stem cells in the bone marrow that produce our red and white blood cells. This article was entitled, Blood Stem Cells Conceal Unequal Positions, and was published in 2009. Basically, this means that blood stem cells produce the other blood cells in our body that perform our regular functions. Grant explains in his article, Measurements of Quality of Life in Bone Marrow Transplantation Survivors in the Quality of Life Research in 1992, that bone marrow transplants give a chance to add time to patients' lives. Bergstrom explains that cancer patients go through chemotherapy, which kills all types of blood cells, which leaves room for a need for new healthy cells. This is where bone marrow transplants come in, replacing the unhealthy ones with healthy ones. Now, it would make sense that family members might be a close match for blood stem cell types. But according to BeTheMatch.org, only 70% of patients actually have, or 70% of patients don't have donors within their family. Bergstrom explains that siblings only have a 1 in 4th chance in matching. This is also explained in the book and movie My Sister's Keeper. The parents in the movie have a child with leukemia, so they decide to have another child specifically to be a donor to their sick child. As you can see, the possibilities of finding a match are very slim, so it is important to have more donors. Now that you see why it's important to donate, I'm going to introduce to you the Be the Match registry and explain the process of donating. The Be the Match website explains that it is the largest listing of potential bone marrow donors in the world. The organization matches patients with donors. They raise money for transplants, and they educate doctors on new research that has been found. Since its start in 1987, it has accumulated over 9.5 million donors and 50,000 transplants. Now that you know a little bit more about the website, I'm going to explain the process of donating. First, you have to join the registry. which can be done online or at a local donor center. The closest local donor center to San Francisco is in Oakland. The main qualifications are age, because you have to be between the ages of 18 and 60, and you have to have a healthy blood history. It takes a while for the paperwork to register, and you'll get a toolkit in the mail where you will send back your cheek swab sample. The next step is waiting for a member of the Be the Match registry to tell you you are a potential match to someone else. This can happen immediately or never at all. Only one in every 540 members actually go on to donate. If you are called, then they ask you to fill out an additional health questionnaire to make sure you are still eligible to donate. Then after that, if you pass that, then you get to do additional lab work to see if you are the closest match among all the potential donors. If you are considered the closest match, then a doctor then determines if the patient is ready for transplant. The doctor also determines what kind of donation is needed. With peripheral blood stem cell transplants, it's a non-surgical procedure done in the lab, and over the course of 5 days, the donor is injected with a drug that increases blood stem cell count, and at the end of the 5 days, the donor gives blood. With the bone marrow donation, the patient is put under anesthesia, and it's a surgical procedure where they take out liquid bone marrow from the back of your pelvic bone. The final stage is recovery, and peripheral blood stem cell patients feel fine within 2 weeks, and bone marrow transplant givers feel fine within 3 weeks. All this information can be found on the website. Now I'd like to take some time to talk about what all this means. Imagine you are a bone marrow donor and you've only been in the registry for a couple of weeks or for a couple of months, and you get a call from a member of Be the Match. They tell you that you could be a potential match for a 37-year-old. Your eyes immediately fill with tears you babble about how happy you are, how happy that you actually got that call, how happy you are that you have a chance to save a life. Nothing can describe that kind of pure joy and inspiration. This moment I just shared with you happened to me on April 21st, 2012. Now that you know everything that there is to know about bone marrow donation, let's go over what we learned today. So first, I told you about why it is important to donate. Then I introduced you to the Be the Match website and explained the process of donating. Finally, I showed you what it's like to actually get a call. It is of great importance to get more donors out there. Without many diverse donors, many patients die without ever finding a match. But there is a way for you to help. Just simply go to bethematch.org. Learn more about this organization. You can make a financial contribution, or you can sign up to be a donor yourself. So this is what it would look like. I may not win all your votes, but I hope that you, on your own, learn more about bone marrow donation, because you have the power to make a difference, and you have the power to save a life. Thank you.